today, so thank you.
I'm glad he was able to come today too.
Yeah, thank you for letting me crash your meeting. Yeah,
Wait.
I was talking to Amber, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm going to Brockport. This was yesterday," and I was just like, "Oh, all right. I wanted to, come out and just say hello." And I texted her this morning. It's like, "You still going? Can I hitch a ride?" It's on the way.
Yeah,
going through Brockport. It's literally on the way.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'll briefly just give a little history on me. And
can I have
then
some,
I'll
please?
take any type of question
What?
you possibly want to ask, because I'm very, very confident with who I am and where I am. Okay, so my name is Nick Davis.
Oh, sorry.
And I grew up born in Kenmore, in Erie County. I grew up in Elma. Went through the Iroquois Central School District. And then I went to the SUNY system for 2 years at Oswego. So I was a swimmer, so I would swim against Brockport. If I think really hard, I think we beat you guys. But probably not. I'm just trying to start stuff right now. No, but then I ended up graduating from the University of Florida. And I got a Bachelor's of Science in Natural Resource Management, Environmental Studies, and Business Administration. From there, my journey took me to California, where I got my MBA at Pepperdine University. And there I focused on entrepreneurship, strategy, and leadership. When I was out in California, I was lucky enough to start 5 businesses and help 2 others. Some of my companies, I ran a swim school for about 12 years, and that was really fun. So it was just me teaching lessons, and then, because I was a swimmer my entire life, but then it became 200 plus clients, hiring 6 people every summer, and it was fun. It was really fun. And then from there, that's when I went to business school, and then I got into tech. I started a financial technology startup, and I did a productivity app, and then I have my current startup now, which is it's dealing with private instruction, sort of like an Uber for. And then let's see, other types of technology stuff. So I helped a buddy who bought he ended up buying a copier and printer reseller agency. Super boring. However, sky was the limit. So he brought me on, just like, I need somebody to do business for me. I'm like, business? He's like, yeah, business. I'm like, all right, I'll do business for you. So I come on, and in 1 calendar year, it was doing about 4 million year over year. In 1 calendar year, we went to a little over 10. And I literally just threw my MBA at this project, at his company, and we just started 5 new revenue verticals, and it was incredible. But that's just who I am. It's just, I like to, whatever community I'm in, big, small, doesn't matter. It could be for business or for organizations like schools and stuff like that, that I always try to make it better. My first taste in politics was, I ran for my student body president at Pepperdine, and I won. And it was fun. And during that time, I helped initiate the first LGBTQ club, because Pepperdine is a evangelical school that is very religious. So we started, and it took 4 years, and an MBA program is only 2. So my class, we decided to get SEAVR, which is the undergrad, the law school, the education school, all these different graduate schools, and we got everyone together because that community is everywhere. So why not just do it in an undergrad situation or a graduate situation? So we just pooled our resources, pooled our people around, and then 4 years later they had an official club, which was really cool. So those are a couple of things I like to do and it doesn't have to be that grandiose, but if anything, So how did I get into politics? All right, 2003, I went to my first protest, protesting George W. Bush's Iraq War. From there, I met some people, and they invited me to be a researcher and writer for a voter guide called Young Progressive Majority. Did that for about 3 cycles, 6 years. From there, I got invited to sit on a board, fundraising board, and we raised, that was really fun. It was called Generation Obama, and we raised $2 million for Senator Obama, and then when he became president. We couldn't ride on that guy's coattails, so we became Generation for Change, and then we started raising other money for other candidates and other things, and it was fun. We did it for about 2 years. I took a break because my guy was in. He told me to go get some more education. That's why I went and got my MBA, and then sort of catching up to where we are today. I got rewoken, like many of you, we are all here today, by Bernie Sanders. I finally heard somebody who was saying things that I thought. And the reason why I never got into inside politics stuff is because I couldn't relate to any politician. Because they're saying things that never affected me, that did. Wasn't fighting for things that I really cared about. But now I have this guy who's saying things that I'm thinking, and I'm just like, wow, I want to help that guy. So I started helping him out. And then from there, when I woke up on the 9th of November, I was just like, oh no, I'm not happy about this. So I started calling every grassroots group in my area, started calling every Democratic club. And because I was told, get involved, change from within. If you don't like how the system is, change it. So I found myself on a board of a local Dem club and started getting involved in Code Blue. I'm calling people in like Connecticut and Virginia and stuff like that. And then the person who's running Code Blue had a relationship with Vice News, and they ended up interviewing on Vice News, which was pretty cool. So like all these different things. Now, during that same time period, what brought me back here is like my first 20 years of my life was in Western New York. And then pretty much my second half was other places. Like went to school in Florida, I was out in California. But what brought me back here was like around the summer, like the 3rd or 4th quarter of 2016. It was family health reasons. My dad was in and out of the hospital, and I was working on a product for my company, and I could do that anywhere. And my mom put, because my family owns the Genesee Country Inn Bed and Breakfast in Mumford. It's by the Village Museum. So they put it on the market, and we've had that for 11 years. I'm just like, oh no. That A, makes money, B, I love it, and how about if I come back and help you run it? And so I made the decision, came back, and it's been great. Since I've been back, we're up 20%. We got into the wool business, created a whole nother business. It's called Wool and Stitches. We're about to make our first hire, and we're actually in the process of building a hydroelectric power plant on the property. And I can tell you about that. I'm not an engineer, I just read a lot of books. But what it comes down to, you can see, this is my personality. Like, I see, places of opportunity, how to gain more value, and it's possible. You just got to get a good team together, get our heads together, and we can do it. And so when I made the decision to move back, I just did what I was always doing. So I reached out to people like Nikki and Amber, because I'm just like, okay, who are all the progressive groups here?
Who is this?
Literally, I Google searched progressive in Western New York, and like Nikki's name came up, Amber came up, and I'm just like, hey, I'm moving back to the area. I'm originally from here. I want to get involved. I want to get involved. Put me in, put me in, put me in. And then by doing that, and then making the way back, the next thing you know, I got word and invited to someone to say, hey, you're interested in running for Congress? I was like, no, I just moved back. I just want to be involved. And she's like, well, there's a candidate forum coming up on May. You should show up if you want. I'm like, all right. So I showed up. And that's when I realized that there's a lot of work to be done, because there was 10 of us. And everyone wants to flip this district blue, and it's important, and it's possible, because I think the parties, and specifically the Democratic Party, forgot why they're Democrats, about being for the people. Because you got to remember, the history of the Democratic Party has created the 8-hour workday, created the weekend, created livable wages. The creation of so much, like women able to vote, black people able to vote. Like, that is democratic. That's from Democrats. Democrats forgot over the last 30 to 40 years. So where I come in, my understanding of a lot of different things is business. And I speak Republican really well, which is exciting. And it's allowing me to, I could go on stories of this, but I go to every farm And these farmers, they're Republicans. Why do they spend 2 hours with me and then go give me a tour and then say, hey, if you show viability, I'll help you out? You know, why is that? It's because people are hurting. And it's not a Democrat, it's not a Republican thing. It's like honestly, on the broad scope, same teams and we're not on it, on the economic sense. So, listen to you be a good Bernie crap, you know? I'm getting into the party, I'm changing it. You know, and that's why I'm fighting. Just because the economic system's broken, and there's some easy fixes. And the simplest way to say it is, you lead with people. If you always lead with people, you'll be on the right side of every issue. If you go people first, and that's what it is. Economics, have an economic development system. People first equals jobs. Infrastructure projects that actually help us. People equals jobs. Conserving and investing in the environment, which is, climate is changing, you know. Being proactive costs less money than being reactive. That equals jobs. What do these communities need the most? Jobs. Factual information. Rural towns are hemorrhaging in Western New York of people. People are leaving our communities. Jobs have been leaving these last 30 to 40 years. That's sort of what my story happened. I was going through school. My opportunities took me out of Western New York with a lot of other people. It took us out of Western New York. But I came back. It's time to get to work and get some really good change in it. So that's about me. I'm open to any question you ever want to ask with somebody who's possibly running or who is running, and I'll be very honest.
Are you currently running?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I hope you win. It's incredible that it's incredible that you're winning for the U.S. House of Representatives.
Yes, sir. U.S.
So
Congress.
not everyone is, obviously most people aren't from the 27th district, and a lot of people aren't from here. So he's running against Congressman Chris Collins, who was the first, I think, congressman to endorse Trump.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Are you running like, or you only do one run?
There are technically two others, Sean Bunning, and then this other guy, Tom Casey.
He doesn't count.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, but no,
that name.
he's got a couple of really good points, and I understand why he's in it because he's pushing the narrative. Like he's pushing the narrative in a certain direction, but he does have other points that it's 2017. I'm sorry, it's a woman's body could do whatever they want.
Wait, he's a Democrat.
That's my point.
No,
That's
he's not. He's not. He's running. He's making an attempt to run as a Democrat. Last year he ran under Right to Life. I think the year before that, I don't even know. Just forget you ever heard the name. Okay, just bypass that. Stop
There's a couple of us. There's a couple of us.
Does
No,
he
there are
just
four,
think that
right?
people would forget?
Excuse me?
Like
Yeah, we actually just had one yesterday. Ontario County Dem Committee had a candidate forum. That was really fun because there was Tom, Sean, and myself, and then like 8 or 9 District 23 candidates, which there's literally 8 or 9 Democrats running in 23, Tom Reed's district. Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, you have a lot of choices.
Yeah, if you are from Genesee County, Genesee County area, we will be holding one sometime probably after January.
And there's
Yeah, I think
one
that's
coming
what
out
mine
in
was
Buffalo area, December
Oh yeah,
3rd.
Working Families having one December 6th.
6th,
Yeah.
sorry.
So December
Sorry.
6th, if you make it to Buffalo, yeah, Working Family Party, and I could send you if you don't have that. You must have that information. You're dialed in.
And I imagine we'll
Like
do
Mark's dialed in.
Livingston Way.
Yeah, I think we were gonna team up with
Yeah.
Judith and them, try and do
Glow.
one a little bit, the glow areas,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and do one a little, spread them out for you guys a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think it's so scary when you decide to run and then like some other people run and they like really good and you're like, oh, I will go there.
Yeah, I mean, and
Well,
that's-
County has, or I'm sorry, the 23rd has some great candidates.
yeah, the 23rd has some choices. We definitely have some choices. Yes, sir.
So I'm thinking I want to become a public defender. And then from there, I want to be a judge, and from there, I hope to eventually make it to the Supreme Court. If I can make it to the Supreme Court, I can do a lot of good, but of course, I can do a lot of good along the way too.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, public defenders can run for judge, right?
Yeah.
After a certain amount of time.
Right.
How much
I
time?
think it's 10 years you have to be admitted to the bar.
10 years?
Yeah, I believe that's what it is. And then you get then you can sit on if you're if you're elected, then you can sit on the bench until you're 70 pretty much. After election.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
But this is one last point, because there's a lot of resources out there, and honestly, I mean, outside of whatever that age limit is per race, because it's different for local, state, and federal, but there's a lot of really great resources. Like, I went through the PCCC training, it's the Progressive Change Campaign Committee. I didn't know how casual it was, but no, seriously, right? Those are the born way, you know what I mean? Like this, it comes down to is just there's a lot of stuff out there that you could get involved with. And when I went through that training, I met a lot of amazing people who, it's from rural Arkansas to Maryland to all these different cities on many different levels, and everyone's fighting the good fight, And it's about time to start pushing progressive values, And it's like simple things like healthcare is a human right, like equality, from income, social, all this. And that's just the obvious stuff. And then when it comes down to is economic populism. It's realizing that trickle-down economics doesn't work. It's a fraud. It's a fraud. It didn't work. And if honestly you want to study something, look at Kansas. Look to Kansas. They did it. Really. Sorry, I don't want to. This is the last point. Because no, there's so much, and it's almost like it's an education thing. So. California elected Jerry Brown. The same time, Kansas voted for Sam Brownback. Okay, same time. Okay, California is the 5th largest economy of its own country. Kansas is going broke because Kansas implemented trickle-down economics to the fullest. They have a GOP assembly, a GOP state, and then they have the governor who's a Republican. The assembly and the state, Republicans, voted for a tax increase. Sam Brownback vetoed it. They overturned the veto because they need money. It's a failure. And what's happening now with the tax scam, the tax plan, what's happening? That's another trickle-down policy. Doesn't work. No way that you could have tax cuts for the extreme wealth and then, just think about it, dude, if I just gave you 0 taxes, you don't pay any more taxes, what are you going to do with that money?
Oh,
okay.
You're talking about
Okay, well maybe not. So maybe you're going to buy a maybe you're going to go buy another car or something like that. Well, that's what people do. But what do you think the wealthy is going to do? They're not going to reinvest in their business because right now we have the highest, NASDAQ's the highest, our stock exchange is the highest. There's record cash on hand, and that's why there's a thing called the Paradise Papers, where everyone's money is offshore. It's not a liquidity problem. This has been happening for the last 30 to 40 years. And I'm not talking about Robin Hooding anything, it's just rewriting this shit. Just so we can have a livable wage. So you're not coming in and just oh, I'm happy that I have $15 an hour. No, if you just look at stats from the 70s, wages been like this, productivity been skyrocketing. What's happening with that delta? Okay, that delta didn't disappear. It went literally to 1,000 families and wealthy corporations. So, sorry.
I've been in class all day.
I know, I'm sorry. Okay. The reason I came is if I'm looking for help, volunteers. If you guys are interested,
I can volunteer.
Perfect. So we're opening an office in Batavia. So because it's such a massive district, it's sort of central. So what I can do, Mark, I'll send you some info, and then you could pass it out. Okay.
And we had quite a few helpers for those local, candidates. So I'm sure we'll have some for you.
Perfect.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There is another.
I get passionate because I care.
takes math words. I was like,
I know.
yeah,
Yeah, but this is the thing. I'm a business guy. Like I live and die by numbers.
I know that a few people already left. You might leave also, because we are almost at time. But I'm just gonna keep going because we can come the room. But another person who wants to come and talk everyone into running for office is Byron Brown, Buffalo's mayor. He wants to just come and have a little conversation. I think he's also the chair of the New York State Democrat.
He's wonderful.
So I'm thinking we can do something with him maybe in February, just to, not like the slaughter thing, but more of just sit down less. So we'll do that. There's a few announcements. The Jackson film, the film showing at the University of Buffalo follows the lives of 3 women caught up in a complex issue surrounding access to reproductive health care. That's 11:20 at 6:30 at UB, and I know I'll be going. I know a few professors are offering extra credit. Hold on just a second.
There's a protest too, protesting Collins at 4:30. So.
I'll be going to. I'll try to go to that.
You can do that real quick and then.
Right over to you.
Where's the protest?
I know
it's definitely in Buffalo. So.
The university.
Buffalo.
I may do that actually. Is that open to public?
Yeah, it's open to everyone.
Oh yeah,
It's great. It's really
I have to be in Buffalo anyway.
Indivisible Rochester will be meeting 11:21 at 6:30, and Mary Coons came and talked to us. If anyone is interested in Nick Stankovic's campaign, he does have an event on 11/29, 6:30 at the Genesee Country, and there are suggested donations, and that's on his website, Facebook page.
But if you guys say, if you guys want to come, and because it's very nominal, it's 27 for the 27, 54, and 101. So it's not a lot, but I understand. I understand college.
Oh,
so
yeah.
just when you RSVP, just say, hey, because it goes to somebody else. Just say, hey, I met Nick at the meeting. If it's too much, just come. Just come. There's gonna be a lot of interesting people there. No, seriously, I would rather have you there than not, just because, it's fun and this is democracy.
It's at the Genesee Country Inn. How far away is that?
Yeah, it just took 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's about a half hour.
From
30-minute walk.
Oh,
No, you don't want to walk.
You don't want to walk.
All right.
We'll give you a ride.
We'll get you there.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I don't have my own car.
The women's convention, and I know
Yeah, and
that
I
you were
won't talk too long
We
about
were
it.
interested in hearing.
Yeah.
I know you have a PowerPoint.
I do. I don't know
Does this?
how.
I don't know how it works. But I don't. Can you log in?
Don't worry
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
like wired, but she's not gonna be able to.
No, it's okay.
Do you have it?
This is cool.
Do you have it on your email?
I
or
wish
something?
I do. I could email it.
Do you want to? I don't care.
No, it don't
Do you
take
guys
too
have
much
to leave right
time.
now?
No.
No, I can stay for as long as needed. The only thing I have to do after
It's up to
this is upload these videos.
I mean, I have pictures and stuff. It might be
Yeah, I
interesting.
think
Okay.
that's more interesting.
Okay. So I'll do. I should have done this. I should have thought about this. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So I can email it to myself and log in,
Yeah, because I have an email.
Okay.
Yeah.
or email it to you.
You can email it to me. or-
Does anyone want more pizza?
And then there's a picture.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's definitely is.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, there's plenty of pizza.
I just saw it.
I haven't even started.
Get you
promoting it
some.
Okay.
Yeah, take a plate with you so you don't have to carry it. Here.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah, one.
yet. Yeah, but again, I'm
Here's the
gonna start blasting it
napkin.
out. And,
For you.
Thank you.
There's some more.
Yeah, 'cause we have a lot of unique groups. I'm kind of down with
Just take from down here.
Yeah, 'cause I'm
Yeah,
actually.
Oh, the pepperoni side looks thicker.
Albany.
Oh, why is that? At least some pieces.
Take a pepperoni. Do you want some more?
I might return my rental and then just get right over.
You want a plate?
Yeah.
Everybody else?
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, I support.
I diabetes.
Oh my god. That lasted
Do you
like
know anything that
days.
has renal?
So.
But you said you were vegetarian for a couple of days.
Years.
Oh, years. Oh.
I've been trying to go vegan lately. I've been trying to go vegan lately because I hear being a vegan diet results in a longer lifespan, basically.
Yeah. I went vegan for 45 days, and that was amazing. That was when I run. So, I started hitting my mileage. I was doing I felt like $1 million.
That's awesome.
It was definitely hard to do.
I did the full sugar detox when I was training for my marathon. I did the full sugar detox.
Oh yeah. What was that like?
Wow.
That's not fruit. Like no fruit.
No
of course, candy
yeah.
and something, but
Like,
no fruit, no
yeah.
bread. That's sugar.
Yeah, all the carbs were put out and stuff. I was the most miserable woman for a month. Everybody hated me. It was pretty bad.
Did you lose a lot?
I did, but I was also running 18 miles a day.
Oh, okay, so you're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing, a good diet.
Oh my god, yeah, it was torture. Yeah.
Just to let you know, I missed the Thanksgiving feast, but it was totally worth it. After all, it's a great. I like attending the meetings of the Voices for Progressive Change. It's nice to keep up to date with the news. You know, I get emails from progressive sources.
Can't ever remember my password.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry,
Whoever
guys.
uses that.
Thanks for the pizza and the cookies.
Yeah, that was, pizza was Clarkson Democrats. I don't know. Oh, yeah, brought the cookies.
I'll have to do something to return the favor. But it was really nice to donate a big pizza.
Yeah, I need help. No, it'll be fun. Yeah, we have the office space that we're looking at. So I think right now it's crazy. We have 29 people who want to actively volunteer.
What office are you looking
On top of tax. So where the theater is,
okay.
there's some space up there.
You mean actively volunteer for your event?
No campaign.
I want to actively volunteer for the campaign. I can do it.
Perfect. Perfect.
Batavia's not far. My
Good.
mom's from Batavia.
Yeah, it's right down, what is that, 33?
Just let me know what you need me to do.
Yeah, there's sky's the limit. That's the best part about it.
Maybe I could do a fundraiser where I go on a big walk
So weird.
with a jar.
Okay. And collecting change and dollars.
Yeah, maybe I could do that.
Sorry. I should have done this.
Well, one thing I'm noticing is there's a lot of compliance laws of how I get money and then how I get to use money.
Oh, what are those compliance laws? Where can I find them?
Well, if you find them online, you just do FEC. If you type in FEC compliance or just FEC, it'll bring you to the FEC.gov, and then you can just sort of needle through the website. But yeah, fun facts is a person could donate up to $2,700 per cycle. So that means you can do it once in
What is it?
What's that?
for the
What's
primary and
your-
once in the
Oh, I think I got you.
And then corporations could do a lot
A
more.
lot more.
Um,
Organizations can do a certain amount.
yeah, it's unions could do up to a point. And
Yeah.
Corporations are not people. The corporation
Well,
is just
right now they're under the eyes of the law. They decided that.
yeah. The corporation it's just a building that provides goods and services.
Yeah.
The only people in a corporation is the people themselves.
As far as
I mean, shouldn't those super rich people only get to donate as much as normal people get to donate?
well, they can do it under their business, and then
Under
they
their
can do
business.
it as individuals as well.
under individuals.
Yeah, but a business or a corporation or a PAC is really simple to actually create it. It doesn't take a whole lot. Or, you know, a organization like Glow, they're all able to donate under different laws and regulations. And then whether you're donating to a small local state campaign, or you're donating to a judicial, or you're donating to a federal campaign, all have different laws as well.
All have different FEC laws, right?
Everything gets broken up into different rules and regulations.
Okay.
Everyone's got their own little handbook.
Yeah. That's why when you donate, it goes through Act Blue, and they kick
You know, I used to not be able to hold on real quick.